Hello and welcome back to my channel. This week I have my new to me makeup catch up over on my community tab for my posts if you would like to see either new makeup releases or makeup catch up. I gave it a couple days, makeup catch up 1. So this week we're going to be talking, it's kind of just going to be a bunch of mini reviews in one video. All of these products are either new release products or products that have been out for a while and I'm testing. Good chunk of these products were given to me in PR or at product events, and I will tell you when that is. I'm going to go category by category, and I do not have a new product for every category of makeup, so this will just be the categories I have. Maybelline Super Fluff Brow Mousse. This was given in PR a few months back. After using it for a few months now, my solid opinion on these, they're difficult to work with if you have very sculpted eyebrows, if you keep your eyebrow hairs very short, if you keep your eyebrows very thin. This is just too difficult to control. That is what the applicator looks like. The actual brush of this wand looks like it would work really, really well, but it almost picks up too much on the tip, and then at the base, if we think of it like a tree, at the base of the little wand tree, there's barely any product. So where there's more bristles that you want to use, you barely get anything on your brows. And for the price, each one is retail. On Shoppers, it's $19.99. On Amazon, it's right now $16.41. I don't think it's worth that price. I think for that price, you may as well just get Sephora collection brand, and then you're getting a very good brow product that performs slightly, not better, but just like the performance of the Sephora collection brow products is just guaranteed every single time. If I use these, I cannot guarantee that my eyebrows are gonna look amazing. And it's not a one and done makeup product, which I feel like they retail this and they advertise this as this is an all-in-one. This is all you need for your eyebrows, and that is just not true. I still have to go in with an eyebrow pencil to define my shape, again, resulting in me saying that if you have very sculpted eyebrows, no, this is not anything you need to look at. Next, we're going into my largest category, which is not a surprise if you are a subscriber, eyes. I love eyes. I do a lot with my eyes, and we have a lot to get through. So first we're going to do eyeshadow. I'm sorry if you hear a barking dog outside. The people where I live should not own dogs. Barely any trained dogs in this freaking neighborhood. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, what I was gonna say is I'm going to be talking eye products. I'm gonna start with 2 eye products that I purchased, and then we'll talk about PR. So this is one that I purchased a few months back. Again, this is the MAC Cosmetics. Oh, hello, my gosh. Why is this so difficult? This is the MAC Cosmetics Color Excess Pencil. Gosh, in the color full sleeve. I use this on my waterline, and it is a fabulous waterline pencil. No issues. It lasts for as long as a gel pencil lasts on watery eyes. I don't find that it's irritating, but I don't necessarily think of myself as someone who has sensitive eyes in that direction of burning and irritation. So for me, this is a fantastic waterline pencil. MAC, hey, if you're listening to me, I would love it if you came out with a cherry red. I know it's hard to formulate in a safe for the eye formula, but if you could formulate this in a bright cherry red, like what I have on my waterline today, I would love you forever. Love you forever if you would do that. Anyways, it's a fantastic liner. Okay, next, this is really new. I mean, this is like last week new. This is the About Face Smoke Stick Crayon and Eyeshadow Stick in the shade Smoking Gun. I am not getting along with this product. I think for the price point, what was this? Yeah, for the price, this is not worth it in any sense of the word. This is $24. About Face is solely sold at Shoppers Drug Mart right now, and it's online only, so you can't even touch the products and check if you'll like them or not. The foundation, we're not even gonna talk about the foundation. If you want my opinion on their foundation system, click the video. This is basically a gel pencil on one side, a chubby stick pencil. Does not come with a sharpener, so there's no way to like get the point. When you first open this, it's pointed in the middle, but you use it and you lose the point, therefore it's no longer really a liner. And I mentioned in my original video testing this out on my shorts that you would have to sharpen it on your hand or a paper towel and drag it on one side, turn it around and drag it on the other side, but then you waste the product. And this only comes with a 0.6 gram on both sides, which is less than half the amount of a standard kohl eye pencil. This one from MAC, I saw it the other day, 1.36 grams in a standard, 0.6 in this, and they cost the same. Fact checking myself that is true. They don't cost the exact same, but for the price per gram, it's cheaper to buy the MAC Cosmetics than it does for the About Face. The About Face Smoke Stick retails for 24 Canadian at Shoppers Drug Mart, and the MAC Eye Kohl Pencil retails for $31. You can do the math on the price per gram, but considering this is $6 more than this is the cheaper option. I don't need to do the full math breakdown to know that. And then this other side, which is you rotate to unlock this side, it's like a sponge and the makeup comes out of the cap. So you like force the sponge into the dry eyeshadow that's on the cap. Like if I take a skinny pencil, there's the eye product. It's in the lid. I have found that this eyeshadow disappears throughout the day. No matter what I do, you're supposed to like put the gel on and then you use the eyeshadow part to like smoke it and smudge it out. It's a smoke stick, right? It's to get a smoky eye. But the taupe wears off so fast. This product doesn't make sense, and I feel like the formulas just aren't quite there for me. When I returned the foundation, I wish I had tried this because I would have returned this as well. I'm not quite done with the About Face stick because I am truly that annoyed with the product. I have only tried the glitter, what's it called? The glitter, you know, the eyeshadow tube. That's a good product. But if I were comparing again, so this says that the shadow and crayon are both 0.6 grams and a MAC eyeshadow is 1.5 grams. And depending on what shade you want, if you have a magnetic palette, you can just buy one of the Pro Pan eyeshadows, which is just one of the eyeshadows that just doesn't come with a little container. So it just depends on what the shade is, because pretty much all of the Pro Pans are sold in a black one, but not all of the black ones are sold in a Pro Pan. But these retail for like, I think 12-ish Canadian dollars, depending on the formula. And this is $24. You get, again, more than half eyeshadow in general for significantly less than this product. Like, this is not a good product. It's not a good product for the price per gram on the eyeliner. It's not a good product for the price per gram on the eyeshadow. Never mind the longevity of the eyeshadow, which truly is a joke. Like, it does not last at all. Maybe it's just this colorway with the taupe and the black that is a problem, because they do sell multiple different colors of the smoke stick. And for like a basic taupe, I know I wasn't really swatching in this video, but this is just like a basic taupe. Here it is. This is MAC Omega. This is MAC Cozy Gray. If it picks up on my finger. What else do I have? This is MAC Satin Taupe. Master Matte's the Neutrals Makeup by Mario is 1.3 grams of eyeshadow. Pick a shade, literally. There's this one. There's this one. You can like mix the colors. There's like this one. Let me mix a color. Let's do the gray and this one. Like, it annoys me. It annoys me because it is this artistry brand that touts itself on being this super amazing, innovative company. And like the things that I've tried, I'm like not really seeing it outside of the liquid eye paints. I don't get it. In About Face's defense, because I find About Face is very like House Labs, and the fans of About Face are like diehard fans of the artist. Don't get me wrong, I love Halsey. I actually went to one of the Virgin Mobile secret concerts. I won tickets to go see that pre-COVID, and I took my best friend with me. It was super duper fun. So I'm not saying Halsey is a bad artist because I am not enjoying About Face Beauty, but I think a large problem that comes with these celebrity brands is if you launch your celebrity brand and you don't launch with at least 4 or 5 countries to sell to, when your brand finally gets into those countries, people will have very high expectations. And when you don't meet those expectations, like I'm experiencing with these About Face products, people are gonna be pissed because I've waited years to try the foundation and I didn't like it. And I think you seriously need to reconsider how you label some of your foundation colors, because the F1 Fair Olive that I tried, that wasn't a fair foundation shade at all. That was light or medium, light medium. This Smoke Stick, the price per gram of it, terrible, especially considering the products that we can get in Canada at the drugstore. I didn't even compare this to other drugstore eyeshadows. I don't really own drugstore eyeshadows, but like Essence, Annabelle, Quo even would probably have something along these lines that you could use and has been around forever. I don't know. I just think if you're a celebrity and you happen to be watching this video and you're thinking of starting a beauty brand, I understand that the United States is a large consumer base, but if you don't sell at least to Canada and Mexico, then you're seriously going to miss out on even more positive reviews that you might not get if you hold off on launching for like 2 or 3 years, like what has happened with About Face. And it's happened in the UK with like Rare Beauty. Rare Beauty wasn't sold in the UK for years, and then it finally arrived and people were trying the blushes and like the crumbly highlighters and stuff, and they were like, what is this? Why do you guys like this? Same thing with House Labs arriving in Australia. The foundation's good, but some people are getting disappointed by all these other formulas because you've just waited so long to launch in these other markets that all we can do is just think of how good it's going to be, and when it doesn't live up to those thoughts, because all we've been consuming for years as Americans trying to kiss your ass, it's disappointing. And I think you seriously need to reevaluate going forward. If you happen to be a celebrity brand, or you work for a celebrity brand, or you work for a retailer who sells celebrity brands, you need to figure it out, or you're going to get a lot of returns and you're not going to make the money that you think you're going to make by taking on these clients. That was a really long tangent. I hope it made sense. All in all, no. I wish I had returned it when I did. When I could have. Okay, now we are getting into PR for the eyes. All of it is from MAC Cosmetics, and all of these products actually came in the same PR box. Bringing up this eye kohl again, this is the Smolder Eye Kohl. Well, this is the eye kohl in the shade Smolder, which is described as an intense black. I find that when you blend it out, it blends to a gray shade. I have it today on my, like, this is the pencil here, but I did set the liner with black eyeshadow, so it's not the easiest to like show you on how it blends out, but it does blend to a gray, black gray, I should say. And compared to the chromographic pencil in black, here's the difference. I was using this one for a long time. The eye kohl formula I find stays a lot longer than the chromographic pencil. But if I want the like hot girl smudgy rocker chick liner and I want it to like wear throughout the day and just get that, you know what I'm talking about, that like grungy, smudgy, very Tumblr look, the chromographic pencil formula is what I would reach for. Between the two of them, this one is purchased. Chromographic, iCole, PR. I like both of them. I think they're both worth the price. I will say that the iCole in the waterline lasts significantly longer than the chromographic. So this has a little bit of a one-up. It has a more staying power on the actual line of the eye, and it stays more in the waterline. This one is very smudgy, very like, ooh, greasy, but not like greasy, but just it moves throughout the day, and not very good on the waterline. I have two single shadows, again, in the same PR box. These were in a bag that had Get Gabriette's look on it. These are the shades Coquette and Shine Delight Dazzleshadow. Really like this Shine Delight, and I really like this Coquette. I need to depot both of these from their little black cases because I want to put them in my MAC palette, magnetic palette. I just have to get the inspiration to do that because if these break, I'm going to be so sad. I love them and I do not want them to break. So it's just, if you've never depotted any kind of eyeshadow before, it's like gambling. You don't know if the eyeshadow is going to break, if the pan is going to break because of like the twisting, pulling motions on the eyeshadow formula. And if I were to lose those eyeshadows, I would be so sad because I am reaching for Coquette quite a lot and I really, really want it in my MAC magnetic palette. And it's a MAC eyeshadow, so they last all day. The color doesn't fade. That's why I'm like so mad at this About Face Smoke Stick, because the actual taupe shade I have multiples of in MAC, Makeup by Mario, even Visart. I can create this kind of shade and they all stay all day. And this one doesn't. I really don't think this is a up to snuff product in general. Next, I have the entire MAC Dazzleshadow stick formula. These are the Dazzleshadow shadows in a stick form. They are very glittery. I have two shades on my eyes today. I would say I love about half of these shades. I love Haku Haze. I actually purchased Haku Haze. I didn't know that I was going to get these, and I know that's a very annoying thing that influencers, content creators, people who post on social media, I know it's very annoying when you hear people say that, but genuinely, sometimes you get the products and sometimes you don't. Because these were launched so much earlier than the PR arrived, I actually purchased this Haku Haze at the same time as that full sleeve beige eyeliner because I didn't know if I was going to get them and I really, really wanted Haku Haze. In my favorite colors, Haku Haze for sure. This Demure Diamond Silver, one of my best silvers actually. This is Gold Stud here and Subliminal Spark. Gold Stud and Subliminal Spark is what I have on my eyes today, and both of them are really good, not wet eyeshadow colors. There are still 4 other shades that I don't love. There's a purple, a green, the other taupe color, which I find pulls a little bit too warm, and the blue. I don't love the blue. Like, I wish it was more like my shirt and it's just a basic blue. See the difference? Ocean blue, and I wish it was more ultramarine blue. The reflect is really pretty, but it's a little bit too tealy for my preferences when it comes to blue eyeshadow, and I have a lot of blue eyeshadow. I should make a playlist just about my blue eyeshadow. Actually, let me know if you want me to do that, because I could totally do that. This formula, when it's on, it is on. So much so that if you swatch these in store, either have the waterproof makeup remover with you or swatch with caution, because you need a waterproof makeup remover or you need to swatch like I did. Within a minute, take it off with a water-based makeup remover, or these will be on your hands and it'll get way chaotic, which is kind of nice. So they do last all day, this sparkle. They're very easy to layer over with other like powder shimmer shadows. Just don't overly agitate the formula once it's dry, because then you'll get your flaking. My last eye product, again from that same PR box, is the new MAC Stack Elevated Mascara. I do have a video up where I compare the original MAC Stack, which I have, and the MAC Stack Elevated. Right now, with what I prefer for my makeup, I love the effect that this MAC Stack Elevated gives the lashes. They're much more lengthened and elongated. They don't really bulk up the bottom of your eyelashes. So if you're someone who prefers your mascara to have voluminizing effect to it, you may not actually like the Elevated, and you may prefer the original MAC Stack. And the other thing that still isn't very clear from MAC Cosmetics when you shop for this mascara is sometimes on, like when you're looking on the website, it says that it's waterproof, but when you're actually looking and clicking on the product and you're on where the product information is, it doesn't say that it's waterproof. So it's kind of unclear if this is a waterproof formula or not. I don't get any smudging top and bottom lashes when I like do multiple layers. Throughout the day it doesn't smudge. It can get a little flaky if I'm like a little too heavy-handed with the layers, or I'm not letting it dry properly in between. But I don't know if that's because of the formula and it being a really good formula, or if it's because it's a waterproof formula, because I feel like it's kind of cheating that this is better if it's just because it's a waterproof formula. I don't know, but I really love it. I am gonna be very sad when this is gone and I have to repurchase it, because it is a luxury price point, but I think it's worth every dollar. Okay, and that was all of the eye products in the last few months. I'm going to move on to lip products. I'm just gonna keep going with MAC because this is the last item that was in that PR box. This was part of the Get Gabriette's look. She's nasty though. Nasty. Wipe that off. It's just a lip balm in the shade Vibe, the Glow Play lip balm. It's a nice lip balm, but I wouldn't repurchase this. It's a cute bullet. It's very weighty, but like it's a lip balm. And right now I prefer using the Ole Henriksen peptide lips because my lips just need that level of thickness on the lips, and this is a very thin formula. And then I have from the drugstore, back to the drugstore, I have the Revlon, what is this? Revlon Super Lustrous Glimmer Lip Glosses. I picked up 2 shades. Apparently these came out last year, but in Shoppers Drug Mart it still says new on the display signage, so I assumed this was new, and it is not new when I looked it up after I posted my short form videos on it. I did a video on my shorts comparing it to the Pat McGrath Labs comparable shades, and these are dupes. These are like super duper dupes of the Pat McGrath Labs lip glosses, especially, what is this? Indigo Ice 010. Identical to Astral Moonflower from Pat McGrath Labs. The clear one, the actual glitter reflex in it don't give off the same colors that Aliangelic from Pat McGrath Labs has, but it's very close. It's very close. Like if it's on your lips and you tell someone that it's Pat McGrath Labs, they wouldn't know, genuinely. It's only in a side-by-side that you would be able to tell that this isn't quite the same color reflex from the original. And when I was in Shoppers Drug Mart the other day, I saw on the signage that it says it is plant-based glitter in here, which I didn't know was a thing. I'm not vegan, I'm not vegetarian, but I learned something new, that if something has glitter in it, it might not be vegan or vegetarian. I know that like old-fashioned glitter used to be like beetle wings and stuff, same with like sequins, but I would have assumed that modern glitter technology wouldn't rely on bugs. Hey, maybe someone is a vegan who watches me and can tell me. I do find that throughout the day, these don't wear the same as Pat McGrath Labs. Like you definitely have to touch up the glitter, whereas Pat McGrath Labs is a sticky formula. I love a sticky gloss, and it stays on the lips all day without a problem. But if you're eating and drinking with these ones, I find that you do have to touch it up, which I don't necessarily love for these two colors, because that means I'm mixing applicator wand with my lipsticks, which I don't like to do. I like to use a disposable wand if possible, or not touch up my lips, my lip product, and then that keeps it from going cloudy. If you use like a pale lip gloss a lot, but you're using it over your lipstick and you find you're barely halfway through and the color has completely changed, it's because you're mixing your lip color into the formula and you're clouding it, and you're changing the formula of the lip product. That's just a fun little makeup tip to be aware of if you find that that is a problem in your life and you don't know why. The takeaway from these products is I love the price point of these. I think they're fantastic if you absolutely do not want Pat McGrath Labs prices, or if you're like me and you're looking for dupes now, because Pat McGrath Labs never restocks anything. I'm still waiting on a restock on the foundation. I'm waiting for a restock on the lip glosses that I need. But I had time to find a complete dupe. It's been months of stuff being out of stock. So I'm getting there with Pat McGrath Labs on the ridiculousness of a luxury brand never having any stock. Speaking of, we're changing to complexion now. I saved complexion for last because one of these items is a new item from Pat McGrath Labs that I love. So I just like dissed Pat McGrath Labs, but she pulled me back in with this product, and it is the 001 Glass Setting Spray. Let me do a demo for you right now. I'm gonna only do one layer today. It is a buildable formula, and I have a long form video on this from last week. I have the condensed version on shorts as well. One spray is definitely for like general public going out and about with your day, but this is just one spray. She's beautiful. I love it. Just have to be careful with what you're wearing, both your jewelry and your clothes, because it gets everywhere. The price point of this, for the innovation of the product, I am not mad about it at all. I can see myself burning through this canister really, really fast. The shipping did take a while to get to me. I don't know if that is because they were shipping a dangerous good across the border, or if it was because kind of everyone was purchasing it within the same time frame, and a lot of the American orders were being sent first, and the Canadian and international orders seem to be going out second. Again, because it's a dangerous good, I feel like that may have held up a lot of the shipping for the international customers. But overall, love it. Love this. This is good. Another controversial product that I saved for last is the MAC Cosmetics reformulation of the Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation. This is my compact. It says Claire Cuckoo on it. How cute is that? And that's because I went to the launch event, not launch event, almost like a PR crisis event for this product. It had launched and it was out for, I want to say maybe a month, and then the invites got sent out to go to the PR crisis event for this, where we went in. You had to go to a MAC artist to get color matched, and then you had the option to get the engraving done by the engraving artist, who I cannot remember off the top of my head, but I will put her profile into frame right now. Of course, I wanted it done, and they were like, you can just write your name on the little piece of paper. And I was like, does it have to be my name? And she was like, no, it can be whatever you want it to be. So I was like, can I have my handle? And she was like, that's such a smart idea. And I was just like, I'm a genius, what can I say? So anyways, the actual product itself, like, it's a good product. I don't understand the rage, I'll say, around the reformulation of it. Huge asterisks. I never tried the original formula. I have had the original formula used on me time and time again while being on set for photo shoots or commercial shoots, but I don't find that it like is bad in the way that people online made it out to seem. At the event, they were being very strict that this is like a patting formula with a puff, and then you pat it on your face, and it is not for brushes. But you can totally use a brush within this formula. Just don't stab it like everyone was doing online. fine. Just roll the brush in the formula and pick up the product. Would I have ever purchased that powder though? No. I'm not a powder foundation kind of person. It also isn't a perfect match for me. So I mix it with my Makeup Forever HD powder foundation that's too light for me, and they make a happy little marriage on my face into my perfect color. You can watch my shade twin short if you are curious what my coloring is. Because I went to the event for this is a PR item, public relations, not in the sense of influencers being like opening a box and receiving the PR box, which again is public relations. Like, this is basically real life PR. This was a real life PR move and not just a box showing up on your doorstep. And that sums up kind of mini makeup reviews. And next week I will do my best to do new makeup releases because I know I haven't done one for a really long time, but I'm also expecting an order to arrive and I really want to make content from that makeup order. So we'll have to see what happens. If you liked me, you can subscribe so I can pop up in your feed more often. If you liked this video, give it a like. Otherwise, how am I going to know that you liked this video? If you want to, you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Both are Claire Cuckoo as well. Other than that, I will see you in my next video. Bye!